everyone, I'm Katie and this is Charlie, and we would like to welcome you to my little world, little chat slash coffee time, little story video. And yeah, I'm not having my reborn babies here. I'm going to have Charlie. He's going to help me today. He's going to keep me company because he's my real world baby, and we have been just cuddling because it's super cold here in Chicago and it's Wednesday evening. I don't know when I'm going to publish this video, if today or tomorrow. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I made myself a fresh cup of hot coffee. Charlie has his little cappuccino and we are wearing our chunky ensembles. I'm wearing my handmade, super thick, real wool sweater from Peru, and Charlie is wearing his little cashmere and merino mix little vest. We're kind of matching, so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to have this video because it's late already. I'm sorry, the light is kind of questionable. You can see my shadow there. I look a hot mess, but you know what, it will have to do. I mean, this is not a fashion channel, this is a reborn channel and the channel from my life, and this is what's happening right now with me. Oh my gosh, my hair. So, this is my coffee. Let me have a sip of my coffee, ladies, and if you would like to join me for this little chat, this video, please grab your coffee or a tea or a snack and let's have a chat here. So, cheers everyone. Today is I'm going to talk about something that I have been promising that I would explain here on my channel, and that's going to be my the curious case of my lost stolen doll. So I told you a lot of moons ago, as they say, that I was expecting a doll. I even announced upcoming box opening. It was at the beginning of October of the last year, and then nothing. So a couple of people were asking, and since my first box opening since then was my Sam, some of the ladies thought that my Sam was the lost baby. No. So let me start this whole story just by clarifying that Sam that I received from Veronica, it's not the lost doll that I have been expecting. Okay. So let me start with the story. I don't want this video to be 3 hours long because it's very long and complicated, but I will try to kind of like speed through it, or not to ramble forever, and keep it clear because it's getting so tangled that I can't even remember. I have my iPad here so I can kind of like follow even with the tracking and days because it has been a mess, ladies. So anyways, I'm just going to say that this doll, this baby, she has been planned in works. Like the whole thing started in December, I think, or November in 2019, when I was deciding between Susu Sculpt and Maggie Sculpt. And so and this baby was really special in that aspect that my husband, this is the very first doll that my husband was really actively kind of participating in the whole thing, because I couldn't decide. I'm a very indecisive person and I loved both of the sculpts. And I was kind of inclining towards Maggie, but then I looked at that Susu and I loved that face, and oh my gosh, it's so hard. So I gave him to pick. Like, I showed him 2 babies, and I don't know, for those who have been following me on Instagram, you know that I posted the little funny video there. I got him all confused, but anyways, we decided both on Maggie in the end. Then I went through my list of artists and I picked this artist that I never had a baby from her studio before, but I have been following her for a long time, at least 2 or 3 years. Yeah, almost 3 years now, or over 3 years, I think. And I really always wanted a baby from her. So I thought, okay, this is the perfect sculpt for her, to do for me. It's going to be so, I was so excited because first of all, Mike was really involved in this. He was not like making faces or anything. He was pretty excited about it. I was excited about the artist, so I contacted the artist and she says yes, and we determined the time frame and everything. So that was in December or January. I talked to the artist, I think right after holidays, and then at the moment the kids were supposed to go to the manufacturing process, the pandemic hit and the factories got closed. So the whole process was postponed. Basically, from the beginning, it was all a mess. Finally, the factories resumed manufacturing, the kids were done, and then the shipping time came. Anyways, my artist got the kid, I think it was sometimes between May and June, and the baby was finished in August. And she was shipped on September 7th from Spain. And so then the journey started, and I was thinking, okay, it's, you know, it may take a couple of weeks. So I was thinking, okay, by the end of the September I will have my baby home. And I have been nesting for this baby the whole summer. I was very excited, as you know. I mentioned it in quite a few videos of mine. The time was coming, and you know, I didn't really get a lot of babies, none of the babies that I planned actually basically last year, because there were a couple of customs that were postponed, some things got cancelled. So I was excited about this baby. Anyways, the first problem started, and let me see, at the customs. She was shipped, well, artist dropped her off on September 7th. She was processed through their customs immediately on September 8th. And then she arrived to New York City Customs on September 19th. September 19th. So imagine, it took about 2 weeks, which is okay, all the processing and all that. From September 19th till October 16th, that's the whole month, she was stuck at customs with absolutely no news whatsoever about this package. And that's when I started getting nervous, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, so yeah, customs, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, okay, but a month, nothing. So I was, that's the first time when I kind of started to be nervous. I was not freaking out, but I was questioning why is this taking for so long. So finally, on October 16th, I received the text message saying that it arrived to USPS regional facility in Jersey City, New Jersey. So she was finally processed, she left customs, and she was in Jersey on October 16. She arrived to Chicago on October 18. That was Saturday. I received the text message because I always sign up for text messages when I see it, so I could see the progress of my package, and to avoid constantly just like typing your tracking, you can sign on the website. You can go and sign for text messages. The alerts every time your package moves, every time your package is scanned, they will send you text message or email or both. So I received the text message on October 18, which was Saturday, saying that yeah, my package arrived at USPS Regional Destination Facility in Chicago. And that's simple math. I knew that the doll would be delivered on Monday or Tuesday latest. And yeah, that's the last scan of my doll, October 18th. And so I was waiting on Monday, nothing. It said, I have been kind of like digging, I was looking at my text messages. So the first out for delivery was for October 20th. which was Monday, it was saying her tracking number. So I was getting ready, I was staying home on Monday, just stalking my front door. The mail came and went. They brought me a regular mail, no package. So I thought, okay, what's happening here? But it sometimes when it says, you know, expected delivery or out for delivery, sometimes it may be a day late. So I thought, okay, she's going to be here tomorrow. I even talked to a couple of my friends and they said, don't worry, you know, this is no big deal, she will be there tomorrow. So on Tuesday, on October 21st, I'm still home stalking my mailbox again. My mail comes, nothing. It was saying out for delivery, expected delivery by 9 p.m., which was kind of odd. I didn't know that they delivered mail for up until 9 p.m. I sometimes receive mail around like 7 o'clock when they bring big boxes or something like that, never at 9 p.m. So I was like, okay, so I still have time. So I'm waiting, it got so dark. Nothing came, and then about 11 o'clock, very close to midnight on October 21st, the tracking changed from out for delivery to in transit arriving late, which is the dreaded, those words, ladies, when your package says that or your tracking number says that, that's I didn't know that. I thought, okay, so maybe there's a delay, or I couldn't kind of put my finger on it. Why suddenly from the local track she was supposed to be here? Why would she be arriving late? But I thought, okay, maybe they just scanned her prematurely. She was not on a truck yet. Maybe she's at my local post office and they're dealing with all these packages. You know. So the days went by and nothing. So 10 days into in transit arriving late thing, I started calling a USPS, their phone number, which is I can't even tell you. Now I just have PTSD from this whole experience, because they have been giving me runaround for months. And I've been calling basically few times a week. And I know some people say, well, don't do it because they're not going to do anything. I was kind of hoping that it would be like with eBay or PayPal or any other company. Okay, one agent cannot help you, but if you call a couple of times, you may hit the right agent and somebody will be able to tell me what is going on with my package. Nothing. So I filed a couple of these customer tickets or something. I think they call it like tickets or inquiries, service inquiry. Let me correct myself. It's not a ticket, it's a service inquiries. Nobody ever got back to me, not email, nothing. And that's when the whole thing started to be fishy, because they say every time you inquire and you file, I would call the number, I would get the agent on a phone. It takes you forever to figure out the menu, so you would get to the agent because there is no agent. You have to, they're asking you this automated robotic message. They're asking you, they're giving the menu, but in a menu there is no agent option. So you have to kind of I was testing through which technical difficulties, that difficulty, because if you say tracking number and tracking the package, there is no way they're going to put you on with agent. They will just repeat what you can already see on their website, and that's it, okay? So I think I went through technical difficulties. They finally put me on with agent. I tell the agent what's the problem. She files that service inquiry. Nobody gets back to me. I did this, ladies. I lost count how many times I got all these different agents. Nobody could tell me anything. After about 3 weeks into the whole process, finally this one lady on the phone, she told me, yeah, I see it. I see that last scan from October 18, when it was in your network distribution center. That's the last scan. And it was in Forest Park. And somebody will get back to you. So finally this lady, there was not the same day, but on October 29th, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I remember because I was decorating my Halloween table. my phone rings, and that there's this, I have phone number ID, so there's this North Carolina phone number, and I would normally not even pick it up because it's usually like scam calls or nonsense, but I picked it up, and there's this lady calling me from these like late mail or missing mail inquiries. And so I tell her the whole story. I can't even tell you how many times I said that every time I called USPS, I had to tell the whole story over and over and over again, and it gets tiring. It gets frustrating, ladies, okay? I can't... So finally, this lady on October 29th, she tells me, you know what, your package, I don't understand. There are no other scans. I don't know what's going on. It seems like it's still laying in your distribution center. And I told her, I don't understand why then my tracking kept changing from out for delivery to now in transit. Like, okay, doesn't it mean that out for delivery means that my package actually reached my local post office? There was no inquiry, no indication that my package even made it to my local post office. So she goes, if you go to missingmail.usps.com, she navigates me there. I file official missing search on October 29. Still nothing. I just got one generated automated response on email. Nobody called me. They say that somebody is supposed to call you all the time, every time, within 48 hours after you file official missing package search. Somebody is supposed to call you, the agent. Nothing. Nobody ever contacted me. Nobody ever contacted me for months now. Mind you, ladies, it's February. Mind you, guys, February. Since October till February, I have not heard one freaking word. So this lady, she contacted me not because, so she helps me to file this inquiry, and she says that somebody should get back to me within these 48 hours. Usually it takes about 10 days, and somebody will get back to me, either from distribution center or from missing mail search department. Never happened. But she gives me her phone number to her office, so I could call there. And in the meanwhile, I have been Googling, I've been reading all these articles on Reddit, and everybody's saying, well, sometimes it helps if you go to your, if you call your local post office and you get them to file this special, to send email to your distribution center to look for the package or whatnot. Anyways, I'm calling my local post office on my zip code, my local post office. Nobody ever picks up the phone up there. I can't even with this nonsense, ladies and gents. Seriously, what in the heck is wrong with USPS? Why do you even have the phone numbers if nobody's ever going to pick up? So I jump in a car one day. I was just fed up, okay? It was November, I haven't heard. It was like middle of November, still nothing. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is well over $2,000 package. Artist is getting frustrated. She has been filing the claim on her side from Europe, from Spain. But if they're not going to respond to me, like, you can imagine how they're responding to these inquiries. There's absolutely nada, zilch. So I go to my local post office where I get this attitude. I'm not going into the details. What happened at my local post office, it was the most disgusting thing that I've ever experienced. I don't know if it was because I am an immigrant with an accent or what. I was completely ignored. People were let in front of me, people who were standing behind the line. I was ignored about for 10 minutes. Then finally she kind of like waves me in, this woman, and witch, okay, I'm sorry, but unbelievable, with an attitude. After I asked her if I could speak to the manager, with an attitude, she informs me the manager is not in that building. So I'm standing there, ladies, mind you, I'm the most polite customer you can have. I will not even go and say, may I speak? I don't have attitude. When I want something, I know. You get the far only with politeness. If you're polite, if you're rude, nobody's going to help you. And I really wanted my package, so I was like, I'm going to just bite my tongue and just pretend I didn't notice her treatment, and I'll just basically beg her. I will beg at this point. It was after, I'm telling you, it was half of November. It was just atrocity, okay? Nobody was helping me, so I'm like, I will beg if I have to. She finally tells me where is my local annex, where is my manager, so I go there. Takes me the whole another story. I'm standing there knocking on a door, the people are ignoring me. Then woman comes utterly annoyed, okay? She is in the middle of her work hours. This is her job. She's not doing me any favors there. She is paid to sit on her butt in her comfy office, having her coffee done, and all she has to do is here and there, you know, to help customers. I wasn't yelling. I just told her, if you could please look around, maybe the package is here. I was not insinuating that they didn't deliver my package. And at first she started, you have this amazing man, like my mailman, like I was accusing me, and I didn't even go into mailman. I wanted to know what's happening at my distribution center, and I told her, this has nothing to do with my local mailman, okay? Do not even go there. The last scan is from my distribution center, guys. And is there any way you could check for me, my number? Forget it, okay, guys? Forget it, USPS, she was of no help. She basically told me to call her in 2 days because nobody was there at the distribution center right now, and it was right before a holiday because there was a long weekend. I don't know which long weekend, I can't even think, guys, in November. She told me call on Friday. That this was happening on Wednesday. Yeah, she had a day off or something. Anyways, for some reason she told me not to call her the next day in the morning, but to call on Friday. That Friday morning or Friday noon at 12 o'clock she would send an email to a distribution center for me. I call her at the time. She's not there. Her assistant picks up. She's absolutely rude. She gives me ugly, nasty woman. Like I was bothering them with my lost package, okay? Like, what do I want? My over $2,000 package, like, okay. So I was crying, and I'm telling you, I'm not lying, because my husband, if he was standing there and I had her on speaker, and he said, if I didn't hear this, I would not even believe this story. How these people are treating taxpayers. People, we are providing these jobs for USPS. It's still government agency. With our taxes and everything, we are paying your salaries. So don't give me the attitude. I didn't tell her all this, okay? I'm just telling you guys. I'm just getting all heated up here. It's getting so tangled, guys. So anyways, she told me, okay, she's not here. She will be here on Monday. This is what they have been giving me the runaround. I have never ever was able to contact this person, to get in contact with my own local annex manager. When I called on Monday, I said, hello, my name is this and this, and I'm calling. Could I please speak with our manager, Miss? And I gave the name. Click. Immediately. They saw my number. They heard me. They heard my accent. They remember me. Click. They just basically, ladies, there was no way in heck to talk to my local manager. At this point, it was almost beginning. I have been calling and calling. It was almost beginning of December. So I'm talking to my friends. Ines she talked to some people, but they were not from Illinois, so they gave me some friends that work for USPS. Everybody was shocked because everybody was like, well, her local post office should be able to help. They should be able to send an email to distribution center. It's a normal strategy. Like, there's nothing abnormal about this. They could not understand why my local post office is absolutely refusing even to talk to me about this package. So finally, I was telling this story even to Dina from a local group. Hey Dina, and she's a very, very close friend. You know, she's one of my best friends, and she's like, you know what, Katie? And I told her, I'm so busy, I have been working like crazy. It was before holidays, and I'm like, Dina, it's frustrating because if I call them, I spend hours in a waiting line, in waiting queue, and I'm at work. I can't do it. I can't reserve 3-4 hours a day. That's what I've been spending, ladies. I counted among me and Dina, I counted 72 phone calls to USPS before holidays to find my package. Begging basically anyone and everyone. Nobody ever gave us any answer. And I told her, so the last scan, it was at the distribution center. I called distribution center. The lady who picks up the line, she gives me another number for this Mahalia triplet lady who supposedly is the head of, she's the only one in the whole Chicagoland who can actually go and initiate the search in the middle of this distribution center. Now, that would be honky-dory if I actually could talk to triplet lady. In weeks, I was completely not successful. I left message after message after message, begging, please, please, all I need is your help. If you could please look around or initiate, I don't know how these things work. You can't go to distribution center. It's not open to public. There is nothing you can do. You know that your package was there. The tracking says, like, what is the point of tracking number is still, like, it has been a nonsense. So I tell all this to Diana. Diana says, you know what, I'm going to take over. Which I was relieved because I thought maybe it's my accent. That's why nobody's is helping me or something. And she has been working, even in her professional job, she was taking care of things on a phone with clients, so she knows how to work it. No, same thing, okay, guys. What she did, she called the distribution centers. She called my local office, which never picked up. She called the distribution center so many times that they finally gave up, and this triplet lady called her. She even opened the case for stolen mail. And now let's talk about tampering with USPS mail. That's a federal offense. We're talking about a big package. I'm not talking about a postcard from grandma, even though I value even the postcards, but I'm talking about a big package, international package, insured package for insane amount of money. And nobody is giving you answers. There's something shady going on there. She even opened, she called Postmaster General. They started a stolen mail investigation. The lady called me. That's what Dina managed to do. She gave them my number. The lady calls me from the office, finally from Chicago office. She calls me on a phone. She's super helpful that evening. I give her all the tracking number, everything. The second day she calls me, a completely changed attitude, saying, oh, I can't help you, there's nothing I can do. The tracking number, your package, it was last scan, basically parroting what I have been hearing for 3 months or 2 months already. Nothing new. I mean, what happened in between her call from that night before and that morning that changed her attitude completely? Because she said, yes, we are the office for stolen mail. There's something going on with your mail. This is not normal. We're going to start investigation. She gives me investigation number. She gives Dina investigation number. And on the next day morning, she sends me an email and calls me saying, there's nothing we can do, we just have to wait because, again, same old story. It's a COVID, we're not going, everybody's basically not, okay, 2.5 people are, 2.5 men are working, USPS, nobody else is working, or I don't know what the heck is going on. Basically, all this time I have been in contact with my artist, and she offered me to make another doll at certain point in December because I was really frustrated. And as the holidays were approaching, I mean, the doll was shipped on September 7th. We're talking Christmas time now. I have been filing all these constantly cases, spending hours on a phone. Dina was spending hours on a phone. With absolutely no developments, no updates. We didn't, in all this, we have not managed to get one single answer, ladies and gents. Not one single answer. Till this day, my missing mail search on USPS, their website, and if someone from USPS is watching this, I will not let this go because I truly want to hear what happened. I want my answers. So till this day, I have no, and today is February 2021. I have not heard from anyone who would give me one clear answer. I have not heard for 8 weeks is the last time since I've heard anything from USPS by via email, which was not really an answer, but at least, you know, it was automated robotic reply. But that's it. Nothing. So my question is, what is the point of not only having a tracking number, what is the point of insurance claims? What is the point of missing mail department there? Why, if nobody's going to ever get back to you? It's all just a shady business at this point. Nobody's doing anything there. A lot of packages, yes. 2020 holiday season, I think all of us, there have been over 600,000 packages lost or late before holidays. Because I have been following this whole thing with USPS, and if you go on Reddit, you will see thousands and thousands of complaints when it comes to the same thing, in transit arriving late. So this in transit arriving late line USPS is using for all of the messed up, lost, stolen mail they were not able to deliver in a time frame that they set. 90% of these packages have been delivered by now. My package never ever have been delivered, and it's the packages from December already reached their destinations. My package has been shipped on September. It reached my local distribution center on October 18. It's February. I don't think that thing is ever coming. So right before holidays, I was getting really frustrated, and I'm telling you, I want to thank all of my friends who have been actively listening to my whining and to my complaints and just going like rants daily at that point. Up until the holidays, when artists finally said, well, after the holidays in January, I will start on your new doll. So I just want you to know that new baby, I have been postponing. I have been reluctantly, I didn't want her to start on that doll sooner because I kind of hoped that my baby would show up, and I didn't want two same looking dolls out there, especially when I picked this artist. That was one of the deal breakers for me, to go to the artist who don't do copies, who doesn't do copies, who doesn't create copies, who doesn't create even millions of the same sculpt. She usually does 1, 2 like top of the versions, and they must be completely different. So that was why I went there, and that was why I wanted to see her work, first of all, because she is super talented. I love her work. Second of all, she doesn't do this, but yeah, the price reflects this. So, you know, for all this to go through all these, only just to end up again with a copy of the doll, I wanted to avoid it at all costs, ladies and gents, and I was not able to. So yeah, this is the whole saga of my lost doll. That doll, as some people were asking about custom, no, that doll was not lost or displaced in customs in New York. That doll reached my local distribution center, not local post office. Local distribution center, ladies, and your local post office are two different things. So my doll was, she came into distribution center, it was scanned there. My tracking number, which is absolutely another shady thing, kept saying out for delivery for 2 days straight. And then it changed in transit. And it changed like, when did, like, where was my doll lost? Where this, I just don't understand. Did it reach my local post office? Or it never reached my post office? Is it still in distribution center? This lady, Mahalaya Triplet, who actually finally, after months and of Dina calling, she finally called her back, because Dina was like, no, I'm just at it, okay? I'm not letting go. There must be someone. How come nobody can file one single email to go to the foreman down in those warehouses, go look for that package? So finally, this woman calls Dina, and she claims that the package left the distribution center and it went to my local post office, but my local post office never scanned it. On the other hand, my tracking number did say out for delivery for 2 days. And there is when why this whole thing is shady. Because you can't tell, nobody can tell me where exactly. Did it leave the distribution center? Distribution center claims that, yeah, it left the distribution center. But local post office claims, no, we never got the package. So there's this like dark area in transport of this package is between distribution center and my local post office, which is the time that the package was supposed to be loaded on a truck and taken to my local annex, to my local post office, basically. And nobody can tell me anything. You want to tell me that USPS doesn't have the list of their employees who work in shifts? So they can locate people who are working that day, who are loading the trucks or nothing like that. Nobody is, I'm telling you, there's something shady going on. I am usually not into these weird theories. I'm not saying aliens took it. I'm just saying, I think they're stealing the packages or something is not right. Because I'm telling you, I have not been in all these months. I still, my missing search is open. Official missing search. I'm not talking about customer service inquiries, nothing like that. I mean, I opened the account with USPS. Well, I had an account before. I went through official channels. I filled all the forms. I filled the custom form. I even sent the pictures of contents of what's in a box. I have been trying to reach the dead mail center in Atlanta, Georgia. Nobody knows anything. It's nowhere. That package came to Chicago, not even 5 miles from my house, and it just disappeared into the thin air. And it doesn't matter that it was insured, it was a big package, it was expensive package, and so today I talked to the artist, and my replacement baby is almost done, so I'm very excited still about that baby. I was really, at certain point, I felt like, oh my gosh, I have been waiting for this scalp for this long, and I expect one baby last year, and they steal it. I mean, we have heard about lost packages and stolen dolls, but eventually most of these packages, they turn out. My doll ladies, never turned out, never turned up. I mean, it kind of, so that basically, that's the story, ladies. That made me reach decision that I'm not going to get my dolls shipped, nothing important by USPS anymore. Now, with this insurance claim, it's very hard to prove the value of your package. Because, you know, artists can say, yeah, my doll was worth this and this, but you can only prove the value of manufactured parts, therefore the value of the kit. It would be really hard to probably prove the worth of her time and artistry and all that. That's the topic for another video. So even if we think that we're going to ship with tracking number, signature, confirmation, fully insured package. That's what I thought, okay, I'm safe, okay, because even if something happens, I am insured, my package is insured, so they will search for it, they will treat it with respect because it's a male, and we are not the third world country here. I mean, this package made it all across the world, fine, and it just disappears, basically almost right from my front step. And it's really, this, and I was talking to this artist and she told me it's so upsetting because I've been sending even packages like everywhere, even like to China, to Japan, like even like further, like all across the world. It was never lost. And she sends to Chicago, and not only it's lost, but there is absolutely nobody who would help us, who would be willing. Attitude from the day one till now, making you feel like they're doing you a favor. Actually, what my manager, my local manager told me, they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart, these searches. Seriously, if I wasn't all that emotional back then, I was crying, okay? I got all teared up and I said, I beg you, please, please. If I thought, is she for real or am I just like losing my mind? Did she just say that? No, you're not doing it out of goodness of your heart. You're not doing anything. You're just sitting on your positions in your union jobs, getting all this money and not doing your job. That's what you're doing. I wish I would tell her that, but I was just scared. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to anger this woman because I will never see my package. But I'm telling you, I'm on a brink, like going there and just telling them, you know what, shame on you people. This is absolutely a disgrace. A disgrace. I'm not talking about local mailmen. I absolutely adore my mailmen and all hardworking people who are out there walking the streets in hot weather, in freezing weather. I'm not talking about those people because those people are through USPS. All this so-called management, sorting facilities where people are, it's close to public, you can't go there, you can't see anything, you can't even reach anyone, nobody's speaking, they give you all these lines just to keep you like away. It's a runaround. Nobody ever picks up these lines, ladies and gents. That's what I'm telling you. And that is what's shady. This is where the problem with USPS. USPS needs to fire all these people, excuse me, and hire people who will value their jobs. So many people are jobless who would kill for a union job like that. And I feel so bad because all these hardworking delivery people, I love my mailman. I mean, I adore him. He is the most hardworking person in USPS ever. He will come even twice a day. If you have some extra packages or something, he would. I always tip him so well during the Christmas, and I always give him the car and everything. I mean, the man is amazing. But seriously, I wish his attitude, everybody would share his attitude. And his work ethics, because it has been awful. Anyways, I'm going on minute 40, which is absolutely atrocious. I've never had this long, this video of this length. So ladies and gents, I want to thank you so much for being here. I apologize for ranting, but I just, truly, this has been such atrocious, unbelievable story that I was trying to cover. I probably forgot some things, but I want to thank all of my friends, again, who have been listening to me for months and months, to my whining, to my crying into the phone, to my emotional state. I want to thank Dina for all her work, for all her effort, for all those hours that she put and she spent on a phone with these people. Thank you. And to all of you guys out there, ladies and gents, I want to thank you for sticking till the end. Charlie says hi, aunties and uncles. Look at him. We will be back hopefully tomorrow because I want to share some goodies. I want to share a few cute outfits and other news on that's what's coming. So we will definitely be back this week. Hopefully tomorrow, if not, during the weekend. We want to wish you a wonderful rest of your day and we love you. Bye!